We use tons of apps every single day, right? But do we ever really stop and think about what it takes to keep them from, well, crashing? Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and look at the invisible work that powers our entire digital world. This is all about application support and maintenance. Let's dive in.
Oh, come on, you've been there. We've all been there. You're literally about to pay for coffee, or you desperately need to check a map, and poof, the app freezes or just closes. It's the most frustrating feeling, and it can totally derail your whole plan.
And that frustration, it's not just personal. Imagine you're a business and the app your whole team relies on suddenly breaks. Operations can grind to a complete halt. So, what's going on behind the scenes to prevent that chaos from happening all the time? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. Okay, so let's meet the heroes of our story, the app caretakers. This whole world really revolves around two core concepts: application maintenance and application support. Now, they might sound kind of similar, but trust me, they play two very different and very important roles in keeping our software running. First up, we've got maintenance. And the key word here, the one I really want you to remember, is proactive. This is not about waiting around for something to break. Nope. This is all about getting ahead of the problems. Installing security patches before a hacker finds a vulnerability, updating the app for new operating systems, and just constantly tuning things to keep up with how we use them.
The best way to think about this is like owning a car. Maintenance, over there on the left. That's your proactive care. That's your regular oil change, like refactoring code. And your safety inspections, like security management. It's all the stuff you do to prevent a breakdown. Support, on the other hand, is your roadside assistance. It's the reactive help you call when you're already stranded. Both are absolutely essential. Now that we get the two sides, let's see how they work together in a real process.
So when an issue does happen, how is it actually handled? It's not just a chaotic scramble. There's a super structured, systematic process to diagnose the problem, build a fix, and launch the solution. Let's walk through all 9 steps. Everything kicks off with diagnosis. First, teams have to identify the issue, which means they're digging through bug reports and all that user feedback. Then, and this part is so crucial, they prioritize. See, not all bugs are created equal. They've got to decide what to fix first based on how badly it's impacting the business. And finally, they do a reality check. Is the fix we're thinking about even technically possible? Once the problem is really understood, it's time to build the fix. That phase always starts with a solid plan, a roadmap for the changes. Then the developers get their hands dirty and actually make the changes to the code. But, and this is a big but, before that update ever gets to you, it goes through some seriously rigorous testing in a safe environment. Because the last thing anyone wants is a fix that accidentally breaks 3 other things. And finally, we're in the home stretch, launching the solution. First, a small group of users might get to validate the fix, just to confirm it actually works. Then, it gets deployed out into the live app for everybody. But the work doesn't stop there. The team documents everything that changed and then continuously monitors the app to make sure everything stays stable. It's a full life cycle.
Okay, so that's the process. It's a lot, right? But why does all this behind-the-scenes work actually matter so much? Let's take a look at the real-world impact this has on pretty much everyone.
Well, the benefits are huge. This isn't just about fixing annoying bugs. It's about creating real value. It means less downtime for the app, much stronger security, and better performance for you. Over time, it actually lowers costs because you're preventing those catastrophic failures. And all of that leads to the ultimate goal: happy users, and an app that can grow and scale right along with them.
And if you need one number to really put this all into perspective, here it is: 95%. Yeah, the source material we're looking at shows that this kind of dedicated maintenance and support can lead to a customer retention ratio as high as 95%. It's a powerful reminder: when your apps are reliable, customers stick around.
And please don't think for a second this is just a tech company problem. This invisible work is the absolute backbone of operations in just about every single industry you can imagine.
I mean, just look at this. In healthcare, it means patient care systems don't go down. In finance, it's about keeping your money and your data secure during transactions. For retail, it means the checkout system doesn't crash during a huge holiday sale. Logistics needs it for accurate tracking, and education relies on it for stable e-learning platforms. The stakes are incredibly high everywhere. So ultimately, while you and I may never see the help desk tickets, the late-night code fixes, or the constant security monitoring, that's the point.
This is the essential invisible work that allows our digital world to just run. It's the engine that's always humming quietly in the background.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. The next time you open an app and it just works, no glitches, no crashes, it just does what you want it to do, just take a second and ask yourself, what hidden labor, what invisible team am I relying on right now? Pretty amazing when you think about it. Thanks for tuning in.